So as you can see, with a little imagination and my most favorite tool, you can do a lot with the old recycled bicycle tire that you just, well, you commandeered from the dumpster, or you had left over from, a previous, bicycle fiasco, flatulence, blowout, blew a gasket, whatever you want to call it. As you can tell, I have a large piece of rubber here from the inner tube that we cut up. We processed it down. I have round patches, round ones, round patches. I have square patches. I have a large enough piece to do a rubber boat, probably re-canvas something, repair a seat. We also used it for liner. We have the square patches, good for other things too. If you make a bulk of it, we have Ranger bands now, rubber bands if you cut them small enough. Little rubber cement. Like I said, this wasn't much. This was within budget. And so now I have a plethora of things I can do with that one old discarded bicycle inner tube that was, I find them all the time. There's tons of them in the dumpster. And so I was like, hey, you know what? You can do a lot with that. And there's still more. I have other ideas to do with them too. So, but mostly it's because they're elastic, and they have actual gluable capabilities too, use them as liners and things like that. So I thought, why not, use it to good use. And this was very affordable. I got this, like I said, at Olskeens, however you pronounce it, wherever you live, for $4 and some change. Some of this rubber cement. And yeah, so I cut up my old inner tube. You see me, I showed you how to do it. We washed it. We actually put it to good use, and guess what? My tire is still holding air. Pretty impressive. Somebody told me it wouldn't work because of the stuff on the inner tube, but yeah, still working. And that's all I wanted was, a pretty economical, within reach, especially on a larger basis method of being able to patch my tire. That's all I wanted. So I ended up coming up with a conclusion of other things too. So, this is a win-win situation once again for me. So I hope this helps you people out there, people with mountain bikes, inflatable boats, balls, rubber balls, Ranger bands, survival type stuff. Rubber bands, people that work in offices. Need that workout between them two fingers right there. Bicycle tires, especially if you got kids, children. You live in the country like I did. Yeah, this became a hot commodity where I lived at. I got another idea. If you want to patch other kinds of tires too. Lawnmowers, wheelbarrows. Grandma's always complaining about the tractor having a thorn in there, even though it's tubeless. But they make tubes for them too, so it just depends. What, dollies? Yeah. So yeah, this is. Plus, if you use a wider Ranger band, you can cut this down and make a patch for your bike too. So I mean, hey, that's pretty cool. And if you don't know what Ranger bands are, you can look those up. That's usually for just wrapping up cordage, straps on your backpack, containers, especially if they're able to stretch a little bit further. See, you can wrap this around a container to hold other things together. Keep boxes, it just basically keeps a lid like that. Or if you get a bigger one, it'll waterproof the seams on the a metal container, like little tins, like those Luden's cough drop tins and Altoids and things like that, because they use those for little tinder boxes and stuff. So, anyhow, like I said, a little imagination, some recycled inner tubes, and my favorite brand scissors, some rubber cement, man. I mean, I can do a lot. That's why if somebody would told me if you would be stranded somewhere, what one tool would you want? And I said it was a pair of scissors. Because look, I have 2 knives. And the ability to do detail work. And it's a digging tool. So, then I can hang it around my neck and process plants and materials very well. So that's the other thing. So I like scissors more than knives. Because like I said, 2 is better than 1. Anyhow, bring this to a close. I just thought I'd post this because, well, 5 minutes of gnome, trick or treat, all in one, Roaming Gnome workshop. You know, I'm pretty crafty sometimes when I get my head right, but I thought this would be helpful to somebody out there and a more economic or beneficial fix, especially if you have like a lot of bicycles and a lot of free time and you're tired of, well, you got a lot of inner tubes too. See, inner tubes, like I said, where I live at, they're all over the place. And they just throw them away. They're stacks and stacks and stacks in dumpsters. So I'm looking for some kind of employment, you know, on the cool as a hobby, other than what I do with the other recycling and wildcrafting and salvaging and search and rescue. And, you know, I got a bunch of other things going. But I thought I'd give this a shot. So if you thought this was helpful, informative, useful, you've been watching Trick or Treat, of course, because we're doing the bike. 5 minutes of gnome, you know. And the Roaming Gnome workshop, I guess. I mean, we'll just put it all in one thing. So without further ado, I thank you very much for watching. And you folks have a great day.